Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Monday Night Raw, and we got ourselves the Usos coming out here. This is the first time we've seen the Usos after being basically betrayed by their own family. Jimmy and Jay, they're out here to respond to The Rock and Solo Sikoa, who we heard from last week here on Monday Night Raw. I bet there's got to be a bunch of frustrations just boiling through Jay and Jimmy. Certainly a lot of stuff going through their head, but we'll see how main event Jay Uso and the right-hand man Jimmy Uso are kind of really see where they're not just mentally are, but physically. They're not scheduled to be in action as of right now, but certainly it is good to see them back after that brutal assault by the hands of Solo, Roman, and The Rock. Richmond, Virginia, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Now, we got some stuff we got to get talking to. We're going to be talking about the Bloodline, Solo, The Rock, and your World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. They think they can just walk all over us since we're blood. That sure as hell ain't happening, Oos. What you three did to us at Backlash is going to be unforgivable. You guys didn't have to do that just because we didn't agree with how you said anything, and maybe we had a slight attitude, but certainly attacking us and putting us through a damn table certainly is no way to treat your blood, but we certainly know how you run things. Your way or the highway. We see that Roman has a little destiny date, a World Heavyweight Championship defense against Gunther there at Halloween Havoc, and certainly we're going to be rooting for a new World Heavyweight Champion, but since Roman is all booked up for Halloween Havoc, we're going to dish a challenge out to the Great One, The Rock, and Solo Sikoa for Halloween Havoc. Now, I know, Dwayne, you have a massive matchup here on Monday Night Raw in the main event taking on Gunther, and certainly you against Gunther is going to be one of the biggest main events in Raw's history, but it'd be a damn shame if we had to put you guys in your place before you even made it to the main event. So we do challenge you to a tag team matchup at Halloween Havoc, and we look forward to your response here tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is our first matchup here on Monday Night Raw as we continue the build up to Halloween Havoc. And tonight we're going to see D-Generation X's Big E and Braun Breaker in tag team action as they will be taking on the LWO. Last week here live on Monday Night Raw we were scheduled to see the LWO take on Alpha Academy, but backstage there we saw Braun Breaker and Big E attacking Alpha Academy. Presumably, we're assuming that Big E and Braun Breaker attack them first. Usually Alpha Academy is not really known for going out of their way to attack their opponents, but I mean anything is possible, but from the looks of it, Big E, Braun Breaker attacking the tag team champions, but the question is Braun Breaker and Big E looking to become the next Raw tag team champions, or was that just a message sent from D-Generation X saying, hey, we can do whatever we want, any place we want, any damn time? And I mean, it certainly was like that for D-Generation X here on Monday Night Raw last week, as we saw the return of Goldberg, ladies and gentlemen, and the leader of D-Generation X, Dolph Ziggler, would attack him during his damn entrance. And we're actually supposed to hear from Dolph Ziggler later on tonight addressing why exactly he did what he did by attacking the WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. But this matchup should be really good, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have the LWO taking on D-Generation X here. LWL with Santos Escobar, Legado del Fantasma, Hakeem Wild, Cruz del Toro, and even Rey Mysterio, the LWO. And talking about the LWO, we'll see Rey Mysterio later on tonight in your double main event tonight, as it will be Rey Mysterio taking on CM Punk, who looks to bounce back after a tough loss last week here on Raw to Roman Reigns, your World Heavyweight Champion. We'll see how it fares for them live tonight, but like we mentioned, from top to bottom tonight, especially a big card, and the main event is absolutely huge. The Ring General Gunther looks to get some payback on The Rock, as last week it was Gunther versus Solo Sikoa, and The Rock was interfering quite a bit in that matchup to the terms of it basically seemed that Gunther could have won that matchup multiple times, but The Rock got involved, helping Solo out at the end, and Solo would knock off Gunther. In just 3 weeks' time, it's going to be Gunther taking on the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. That's going to be a hell of a matchup, and I can't wait to see that in the first place. Referee ringing the bell. Here comes Braun Breaker and Hakeem Wilde to kick us off here on the tag team matchup here. And also in action later on tonight, Logan Paul, the man that attacked AJ Styles last week here on Monday Night Raw after AJ Styles defeated Drew McIntyre in a back and forth matchup. AJ Styles able to ultimately knock off Drew McIntyre. After the matchup, Logan Paul would take it, bring the fight to AJ Styles, bringing a surprise attack to him. And like we mentioned, Logan Paul is in action tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to get a word with him sometime tonight, maybe after his matchup or even before the matchup, to really see what got in his mind in attacking the Phenomenal One. Logan Paul will be taking on Carl Anderson, who is part of the OC with Anderson, obviously it's Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles, so 1/3 of the OC. And now Cruz del Toro looking to bring the fight to Braun Breaker, and he does here. Going to be like a one-man army here. Big stunner to the former Intercontinental Champion, and then look at Cruz del Toro putting everything out on the line. And certainly the LWO would love an opportunity for those tag team championships here on Raw. Like we mentioned last week, it was supposed to be the LWO versus Alpha Academy to really see how the LWO would fare against Alpha Academy, but we did not get that matchup due to D-Generation X's Braun Breaker and Big E. It's a damn shame we didn't get that far. As now Breaker with a front power slam takes down Cruz del Toro. And like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially 3 weeks away from the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, which is going to be a massive pay-per-view just in general, just because of it's going to be Halloween Havoc weekend. The night before on Saturday, it is going to be NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc. Then on Sunday, it will go to the Raw exclusive pay-per-view of Halloween Havoc. Definitely going to be a barn burner of a weekend, especially when the Women's Tag Team Champion Unification matchup, as we'll see presumably the winner of Becky Lynch and Asuka and the other team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. The winning team of that matchup will go on to face Toxic Attraction for the Women's Tag Team Championships in a unification matchup where those Women's Tag Team Championships will become one. We'll see how that fares, especially just not too many women's tag teams at the moment, it seems, so they are agreeing to have a unification matchup to really get all three brands involved when it comes to that. Let's look at this. The power, the strength of Big E. They're making it look so damn easy with that power. As now here comes Braun Breaker here, stronger than death himself, badder than evil, absolute a badass. It's now Breaker, look at that. The agility shown on display here, and now D-Generation X may look to decimate these three, or I should say these two at the moment. And imagine if Braun Breaker and Big E could pick up a win here. Certainly that could maybe help them climb the rankings in this tag team division if that's their actual game plan to do. As now Hakeem Wilde, a nice snap suplex, takes down Breaker. And it has been one chaotic week, ladies and gentlemen, here in WWE. We had the massive matchups last week on Raw, NXT, and even SmackDown. JBL calling out Raw and NXT, basically saying that they have been treating SmackDown like crap, have not been showing them respect. So JBL opened up his bank, made some lucrative deals, and he has brought Nick Aldis, Jade Cargill, and Stone Cold Steve Austin there to SmackDown. So I mean, it's going to be very interesting to really see how that's going to turn out for those three superstars. I mean, you got the WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sounds like he has a full run left in him. We'll see how that's going to be. Nick Aldis, that's a major signing, and even adding Jade Cargill, a triple header of signings. And JBL even said that he's not done making pivotal deals for SmackDown. So we'll really have to see what he means by that in the months and weeks building up. Oh, big kidney punch there from Hakeem Wilde, trying to stay focused in this matchup against Big E. You cannot give him any time to recuperate or just give him any space whatsoever. Is Big E trying to get a tag here? Big E trying to get up to his feet, trying to grab the ropes, I believe. At least get to the ropes there, but Hakeem Wilde just blocking him off and trying to get this crowd here in Richmond, Virginia, all the way behind him. Big E fighting back a little bit. See if Big E can mount some offense. Nice drop kick, turning Hakeem Wilde inside out there. And oh, look at this. Big E, the military press slam. And he makes that look so damn easy, man. It's so damn impressive, man. Despite where Big E is in his current state here for Big E, honestly, I definitely see him as a world heavyweight champion one day. It's a big-time maneuver there from Hakeem Wilde. Will that be enough? No. A brutal DDT-type maneuver there from Hakeem Wilde, and Wilde telling Big E to get up to his feet. I don't know what Wilde's thinking here. Oh, look at that. Plancha takes down Big E. Big E is in trouble. The LWO have the momentum. Can they keep this up? This is a pivotal moment in this matchup for both teams here. The LWO have Big E right where they want him. They got to continue to bring the fight. Got to continue to hurt this big man as much as they can. And now Big E trying to do his best to fight back as well. Run into a 50-50 matchup right now. Both teams putting it all on the line. As, oh no, taking out that left knee from behind. We'll see if that comes into play later on. Big E trying to decide what he wants to do. Uh-oh, are we about to have a count out here? Uh-oh. Oh, just at the last second, Hakeem Wilde got himself back in the ring, and he's going to look to make a name for himself. He just takes out Braun Breaker, and now we got ourselves a singles match here between Big E and, or I should say, DX and LWO. Big ending to Hakeem Wilde. Is this it? Yes, it is. That's what happens when you take it to a one-on-one contest. Big E baits Hakeem Wilde at the end here. Impressive maneuver there, but Big E ultimately too much for Hakeem Wilde at the end, and beautiful big ending there, and big win for D-Generation X here live on Monday Night Raw. The question is, though, do they plan on going after the Raw Tag Team Championships? I can only imagine if they actually are, how crazy that tag team matchup will be. Now this matchup could be the literal match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. It is Drew McIntyre, the first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion, is in action tonight against Seth frickin' Rollins. Drew McIntyre still running into a little bit of a losing streak. He's still putting on great matches and still just falling up a bit short. But, you know, even when you reach the top of the mountain, there's going to be times where you're going to have start slipping down a little bit. This is where McIntyre needs to really catch himself right now. Especially this next matchup here. This is two superstars that are in the main event scene, ladies and gentlemen, that certainly would love to get themselves another opportunity at the championship. Certainly, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins did lose at Backlash to Gunther. If Rollins would have won, he would have been able to be the one challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, but unfortunately for Rollins, that didn't work out in his favor. But Seth Rollins does have a marquee matchup for Halloween Havoc as CM Punk laid down the challenge. Seth Rollins accepted, and CM Punk, a little dirty as he is, attacked Seth Rollins and would leave him in the middle of the ring. So we'll see how Seth Rollins fares tonight. Certainly bound to be a little mad after dealing with CM Punk last week, but certainly he does have himself a marquee matchup for Halloween Havoc. Matches are starting to build up and is bound to get physical for Halloween Havoc. One of the scariest pay-per-views of all time. And there's Seth frickin' Rollins. He said that basically last week on Monday Night Raw, he said that Gunther was a better man. He's not going to come out here and make any excuses. He knows that the type of competitor that he is, he should be in the main event scene, and he believes he should be the World Heavyweight Champion and should be the man to carry this company into the future. But for Rollins, he's going to have to wait a little bit until he does ever get that opportunity. But the question is, who will be World Heavyweight Champion when he ever gets to that point? Will it be Roman? Will it be Gunther? Will it be somebody else? But certainly tonight, Rollins has to focus on this man, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Oh, big shoulder block there. His crowd is still chanting Seth Rollins' song here, and McIntyre is trying to cut down that and just get more physicality, not trying to get the crowds behind him to where Rollins can get that energy, that momentum from the crowd. Because once he does that, I mean, certainly Rollins is going to start building up momentum. All sorts of stuff is going to work in his favor. Rollins telling McIntyre to stay down, but McIntyre now with a big-time Mission Nuku driver taking down Rollins. And McIntyre, big plancha taking down Seth Rollins. McIntyre looking to end his losing streak tonight. Losing to all three members of D-Generation X recently, and then AJ Styles last week. We've listed all the accolades for Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly one of the best here in series history, from the first ever King of the Ring winner, former Mr. Money in the Bank as well, cashing in on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was technically the first ever World Heavyweight Champion. Drew McIntyre would cash in on him, and then ultimately Drew McIntyre would win the championship. Roman would take the championship a month later away from him, making Roman Reigns the first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion, not Drew McIntyre. Both men need to get back in the ring here. Do not want to have ourselves a count out here. Rollins trying to do that basement drop kick there. Both men back in the ring. Don't have to worry about no potential count out victory. Obviously, we know these two superstars can tear down the house, burn the house down. As a sling blade there from Rollins. Certainly a massive matchup for both men so far, and especially for Rollins with a big matchup at Halloween Havoc. He wants to get that momentum heading into Halloween Havoc. McIntyre does not have a match just yet for Halloween Havoc. Not sure if he will or not. Rollins talking some trash here. Is it worth it? Big time clothesline, and it does. And maybe that had Seth Rollins may have had a wake-up call last week here on Monday Night Raw after CM Punk attacked him. This is going to be a bitter rivalry for sure. CM Punk, Seth Rollins. I mean, when CM Punk left the company, both of those guys would trade jabs at each other. Seth Rollins saying, "Hey, you know where I'm working, come find me." CM Punk would wrestle on the independent scenes for a little bit before eventually coming back here to WWE. Big forearm pivotal moment there from Seth Rollins. Only I could imagine if McIntyre would have connected with that high-risk maneuver there. Now, Rollins right in the armpit area. Again, right there to that lateral muscle. Oh, my goodness. Oh, but McIntyre saying, "Hey, keep going to the well too many times, fella. It's not going to work out." It's a strong kick out from Seth. Good back and forth matchup we're witnessing here. And talking about big-time matches later on, we got the United States Champion Ilja Dragunov teaming up with Wade Barrett to take on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Oh no, getting his head bounced off the hardest part of the apron. Might definitely loosen up some cobwebs in the head there of Seth Rollins. And now McIntyre using the outside of the ring to his advantage. McIntyre all fired up right now, trying to get this crowd behind him. Both men are beloved by this crowd, and certainly it's been 50-50 so far about which one they really want to cheer for. Rollins now from behind, going to toss McIntyre back in the ring. Both men haven't really hit their biggest of shots yet to really put away their opponent, but I believe that they're trying to, loosen them up enough to where they don't have to continue to hit multiple times during the matchup. They only have to hit it once, and it may very well be it. As Rollins setting up something here. I don't know too sure. He has something, though. Oh, misses, though. Going for that running forearm strike in the Claymore. The Claymore out of nowhere on Seth Rollins. Is this going to be it? 2. Yes, it is. McIntyre snaps a losing streak here tonight against Seth frickin' Rollins. He went for that jumping forearm strike. Normally, I believe that leads to that second rope curb stomp. McIntyre connects with that Claymore out of nowhere, and McIntyre picks up a win that he was desperately needing after a little bit of a losing streak here on Raw. Good back and forth matchup. That Claymore out of nowhere is very pivotal at that time. Big win for the Scottish Warrior here on Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, now at this time we have an interview with the man that attacked the WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg last week just before he could make his entrance officially here to the Monday Night Raw ring. I am here with the D-Generation X leader, Dolph Ziggler. Thank you for joining me, Dolph. And now that I have you here, Dolph, just a couple questions here. A lot of people are asking you why. Why did you believe that was the right time? And why do you even think about attacking Goldberg before he even officially made it down to the ring? Why couldn't you man up face to face and ask him for a match or whatever certainly you were trying to do? Thanks for having me, Corey. And yes, I've heard that all week on social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it was. They always ask me, why did you attack Goldberg before he could make it officially in the ring? And I kept thinking to myself, do you guys really deserve an answer? I'm the show-off. I do whatever the hell I want, and as your D-Generation X leader, I will be leading myself, Braun, and Big E to bigger and brighter heights that anyone's ever seen. I am no longer waiting to get what is rightfully mine, and that is that World Heavyweight Championship and getting Big E and Braun Breaker championships around their waist. I'm the one that told them to attack Alpha Academy last week, and they certainly did exactly what I wanted, and I did exactly what I wanted by attacking Goldberg, by putting Goldberg in his place. The only reason Goldberg was showing up, from what I heard and all the other reports were saying, he was looking for a match. Well, Goldberg, look no further. If you want a match, a matchup of someone that will put you in the ground permanently and make sure you never have a wrestling match in your career again? Well, you're looking right at him. Let's make it official. Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg for Halloween Havoc. Hope to see you around, Goldberg. Maybe you show up next week or the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. I could really care less. I will continue to steal the show, and I will continue to bring D-Generation X to the promised land. And once again, I will mention this. Not only am I doing what I think is right, I'm leading Braun Breaker and Big E to where they belong as well. Alpha Academy, keep those tag team championships very, very warm for my good boys Big E and Braun Breaker, because those men will be taking those Raw tag team championships from you at Halloween Havoc. I can confirm to you that right now. My good old buddy Shawn Michaels wanted to let you guys know that. So we'll see you guys at Halloween Havoc. And Goldberg, like I mentioned, I'll see you around, champ. Huge news coming there from Dolph Ziggler. Not only is he challenging Goldberg to a matchup there at Halloween Havoc, he is confirming from the words of HBK that the Raw Tag Team Championships will be defended at Halloween Havoc. It'll be Alpha Academy taking on Braun Breaker and Big E. Earlier on tonight, we saw D-Generation X and LWO go at it. Braun Breaker, Big E coming out with the win. Big E hitting a big ending on Hakeem Wilde to end that match. But now we are switching our main focus to the women's division, as we are going to see Candice LaRae versus Natalya. Candice LaRae is looking to pick up another massive win, as Candice LaRae is going to need more and more wins building into Halloween Havoc, because she is challenging for the Women's World Championship coming up in 3 weeks' time at Halloween Havoc against the Women's World Champion, Bayley. And I'm being told Bayley is still recovering with her from her steel cage matchup that she had with Bianca Belair. Both of those women put on a hell of a show that night, but ultimately Bayley walked out as your Women's World Champion. There's times in that matchup you just couldn't believe that, Bianca was going, especially jumping off the top of the steel cage. She missed it, and it was kind of more of the downfall towards the end of the matchup. But we'll see how the era of Bayley as Women's World Champion, we'll see how that fares as she continues. And this is going to be her big title defense against Candice LaRae, Miss Wrestling. And we'll see how Miss Wrestling deals with Natalya tonight. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go, live here on Monday Night Raw. Big Bulldog to kick us off here. Candice LaRae having the support of Indy Hartwell. DIY pretty strong here on Monday Night Raw with Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis, Indy Hartwell, and Candice LaRae. Big time family is DIY. Last week DIY knocked off Imperium, which was a hell of a tag team matchup. Ciampa and Gargano surviving Imperium, and it couldn't get any better with professional tag team wrestling with those two tag teams. You could watch those guys for 20-30 minutes putting on clinics, and you would definitely enjoy it. And this matchup right here is going to be a technical wrestling match, and Natalya is slowing down Candice LaRae, not allowing Candice LaRae to really get much of anything started. Candice LaRae is a former women's tag team champion. She certainly knows how to win the big one, but we'll see if she can actually win the big one, that being the Women's World Championship coming up at Halloween Havoc. It's her opportunity. You don't really know how many more opportunities you get in your career. Anything can happen. A lot of these men and women, it's one and possibly done. They have to continue to build up win after win, and then you run into struggles at times. There's a big kick to the ribs there. Candice LaRae needs to keep Natalya down, certainly. Natalya, she's had her fair share of massive matches throughout the years since she's been here in the beginning in between Raw and SmackDown certainly has had big matches after big time matches, and certainly with the additions of Kairi Sane returning and Nia Jax returning to the Monday Night Raw roster, everything is start to kind of dwindle down chances and opportunities to be showcased on Monday Night Raw. So honestly, you got to kind of deal with those situations. You got to make a name for yourself. Got to push ahead. You can't let people step on you on the way to the top. And if you do, well, you got to deal with it in the terms of, hey, you know what? I'm going to continue to scratch and claw, and I'm going to do anything that I can to make sure I get to where I want to be. I'm not going to allow man, woman, management, whatever, to block me from my destination. Ooh, big stomp to the ribs there. Certainly that's what Candice LeRae needs to focus on, the ribs and midsection there to maybe set up a possible submission, anything that Candice LeRae may have in store for Natalya, her game plan, anything. Those kicks to the chest will certainly help her out there. As, step through. Are we going to see a... I thought maybe for a minute we were about to see a sharpshooter, but now she's just going to stomp her head to the mat. Oh my goodness, that very well could be enough for Candice LeRae to pick up a massive win over Natalya. No. Strong kick out from Natty, who is a multi-time women's tag team champion with Tamina. What is Candice LeRae thinking here? She literally has Natalya right where she wants her. But you cannot let Natalya get back in this matchup. She has been in this business for forever, ladies and gentlemen. She's done it all. She's wrestled them all. As now Candice looking to steal victory here. No, Natalya kicks out. But for a woman that's been in this business for, I would say, 20 plus years, I believe Natalya certainly still in her prime for years to come. And, we'll see when she gets herself a women's championship opportunity. Candice LeRae trying to get this crowd behind her right now. She's in a great spot, but just as soon as I say that, she gets ran over by a Mack truck named Natalya. Indy trying to get Candice LeRae right where she needs to be right now. Wait a minute. What is Candice LeRae? Swinging neck breaker from the top. What a maneuver. Is that it? Yes, it is. What a swinging neck breaker from Candice LeRae. And just like that, it was game over. Look at that swinging neck breaker. Drops her on her neck. And it was all she wrote. Natalya was trying to get her shoulders up, but it was just too much. And Candice LeRae picking up a massive win here on Raw. And we'll see if she can continue to build win after win here on Monday Night Raw as she gets ready for her Women's World Championship match. Time for some tag team action as we got A-Town Down Under. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller will be accompanied by their business partner Bronson Reed, who is the United Kingdom champion and will be a part of that unification matchup live at Halloween Havoc as Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed will be putting the United States and United Kingdom championships together, going back from having 2 championships to 1 championship here on Monday Night Raw. Pivotal moment in the career of Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed, 2 young superstars putting it all on the line. Ilja breaking out. This is his breakout moment, certainly. Knocking off Austin Theory recently, not just the rematch, but also at Backlash to become champion. The matchup between Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed, those guys are going to be beating the living crap out of each other. Just imagine the chops, the punches, the flying headbutts, the tsunamis that we're going to see in that matchup. It is going to be off the charts. As now here comes Grayson Waller. We're going to get that Grayson Waller effect, that Grayson Waller rub here tonight live on Monday Night Raw. Last week here on Monday Night Raw, we actually saw Grayson Waller in a big old fight. It was Grayson Waller facing off with Wade Barrett, but Wade Barrett walked out victorious. But oh, did Grayson Waller put on a show for you guys? This man certainly will be going places. But will he get going to those places that they believe they should be a little bit faster with Theory, with Bronson Reed? Or is he a talent that should be by himself? Certainly working with Austin Theory, working out quite well, and then Bronson Reed, the business partner of Austin Theory. Bronson Reed not too happy that Theory lost his United States Championship, and this is why Bronson Reed is putting all the chips on the table. Bronson Reed does not want anyone else holding those championships besides him or Theory, but now Bronson Reed is going to have to take it in his own hands. And imagine if Bronson Reed does not walk out with both of those championships live at Halloween Havoc. How is that going to make Bronson Reed feel? Is he going to snap? How is he going to react to all this? Because you could say that Theory is basically putting him in this, but ultimately Bronson Reed is making the decision to saying, hey, I want a unification match. I want to get that United States Championship back. So, I mean, I could see it both ways, but certainly that's on Bronson Reed for wanting to have a unification match. Like I mentioned before last week, if Austin Theory would have beaten Ilja Dragunov, would have Bronson Reed still wanted that unification matchup, or would he called it off? You got to believe he would have called it off, but still, I mean, it's up in the air. But I'm really looking forward to Ilja Dragunov, ladies and gentlemen, versus Bronson Reed. That is going to be a show-stealing performance between both men, Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed. Reed has been unstoppable for months now. Ilja Dragunov showcasing what he brings to the table and the Battle Royal at Backlash last week against Austin Theory to retain his United States Championship, but it's going to be a whole different ballgame when he's in action against Bronson Reed. And talking about a big man who may have some bad news for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, you got Wade Barrett making his way down to the ring. Picked up a massive win over Backlash, had that grudge match with CM Punk, and certainly now looking to finally move on to that chapter in his life, his career that was holding him back, and now setting his sights on something presumably a lot bigger. I mean, I've got to be assuming that he's going to be wanting, obviously, championships and whatnot, but certainly with him teaming up with Ilja Dragunov tonight, this is going to be a big-time moment for both men. Just really for Wade Barrett, the veteran in this business, to really showcase what Ilja Dragunov brings as a singles competitor. But obviously this is a tag team matchup, but he can definitely guide Ilja Dragunov in the right direction. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Austin Theory versus Ilja Dragunov. Oh my goodness, what a maneuver there from Theory. Theory is looking to steal one. We just started the damn matchup. Referee was so unexpected. That could have at least been a 2 count, but referee was not expecting that, and Theory coming right out of the gate, bringing the fight here to Ilja Dragunov. Referee, she's saying, hey, you got up to a 5 count, but I shouldn't even be allowing you to do that. Theory has got to be very pissed off, and now he's working on just destroying the kneecap right now. And obviously for Theory, he's going to make sure Bronson Reed is going to be, happy. Make sure that Ilja Dragunov won't be 100% heading in to that unification matchup in 3 weeks' time. As again, Theory attacking that left knee, focusing on the left knee, the ankle as well. Might as well loosen him up. Obviously, Ilja Dragunov cannot be running around this ring if he's hurt, if his ankle's twisted, if his calf is hurting. He's not going to be able to do anything power-related wise. As look at this one-armed power bomb there from the crazy Russian Ilja Dragunov. And now Grayson Waller and Ilja Dragunov. Look at this. Oh, big elbow from Grayson. You could literally hear that from the cheap seats. And now Grayson just stomping a mud hole in Grayson Waller stomping a mud hole in Ilja. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? But no, Wade Barrett having some bad news for Grayson Waller. And now Grayson Waller just going to systematically take it to every single limb in the body. Theory was focusing on the left ankle, the left leg, left knee, and then, oh, beautiful adaptation there from Ilja Dragunov. But, oh my goodness, that knee being attacked out. But it seems like the game plan is to attack the left leg of Ilja Dragunov. I don't know if they saw something that was, you know, just part of the game plan. Bronson Reed, maybe he saw it and he relayed it to Theory and Grayson Waller. I don't know, but, you know, we'll see if they continue to do it this whole matchup. That leg is bound to be hurting for sure. Grayson Waller feeling himself up here. Very cocky, confident young man. So, what does Grayson have in store for the United States champion? Looked like he was about to go high risk. Misses the big boot, giving Ilja Dragunov plenty of time to get himself back in this matchup. Here we go, big tag. Ilja Dragunov, Wade Barrett now. Gonna have some tandem, big-time maneuvers going back and forth there. And oh, look at this. Just grabbing the back of his neck. That's not going to be feeling too good. But as we continue up with this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Logan Paul, the social media megastar. He is in action taking on Carl Anderson. This matchup is coming into play after last week we saw AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre. AJ Styles defeated Drew McIntyre in a highly contested back-and-forth matchup. After that matchup, AJ Styles was attacked by Logan Paul. Logan Paul laying out AJ Styles. You hate to see it, but, and obviously Carl Anderson, one of the good brothers there of the OC and AJ Styles. So certainly Anderson is looking to get some revenge for Mr. AJ Styles tonight. And I'm being told we're going to try to get an interview with Logan Paul after his matchup tonight with Carl Anderson. And hopefully we'll see Logan Paul lose, so it'll piss him off. But, you know, I'd really love to know what Logan Paul's agenda was with attacking the phenomenal AJ Styles. Here we go, pinfall opportunity. Ilja Dragunov kicking out just before Wade Barrett would be able to get in there to break it up. Matchup has been great from the start. Oh my goodness, what a backhanded elbow there. Striking, turning Theory inside out. Ilja going to get a tag, going to have some good news there for Wade Barrett. Theory now. Oh, big clothesline takes down the big man momentarily. And Theory with a beautiful neck breaker taking down Wade Barrett. And Theory, he might take a certain Wade Barrett to a town down. But unfortunately for Theory, didn't work out in his favor. And this matchup will continue. Theory again just systematically taking it to Wade Barrett. He is in trouble right now and certainly could be moments away from picking up a major loss right now. Waller going to continue to stretch out the knee, weaken Wade Barrett. Ilja Dragunov, we knew what happened to him as pinfall opportunity, but Ilja Dragunov breaks it up again. And look at Bronson Reed. He's trying to distract Wade Barrett of something, but Wade Barrett obviously rolling out of the ring didn't work out, but that certainly worked out with that suicide dive. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have massive matches coming your way for Halloween Havoc in just 3 weeks' time. We got CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, first time ever matchup here in series history, as well as we got the World Heavyweight Championship matchup. Gunther will be challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. just confirmed today, we are going to be seeing Alpha Academy defend against the team of Braun Breaker and Big E of D. Generation X is a big boot. Takes down Barrett. And look at Waller, the ever cocky, confident young man. And like we mentioned, the unification matchup between Ilja Dragunov, Bronson Reed for the United States and United Kingdom Championships. As, oh my goodness, Waller is busted open like a stuffed pig, man. But maybe that will help out Grayson Waller to an extent. Waller now Wade Barrett's busted open. Not as bad as Grayson Waller, but certainly this matchup is breaking down and not in a good way for both sides. Wade Barrett, he's trying to crawl. Can he get a tag? Possibly. Yes, he does. Here we go. Ilja Dragunov looking to save the day, but Theory just one step ahead. He's not going to allow Ilja Dragunov to charge at him, which I don't blame him. It's been a tough couple weeks here for Theory, losing to Ilja Dragunov. So here comes the Aussie Grayson Waller. Going for the clothesline, didn't work out in his favor. Grayson Waller gonna capitalize, I believe, maybe. No, Dragunov one step ahead of him and takes him out from behind. Going for the flying clothesline, I believe, didn't work out in his favor. And now Grayson is gonna look to capitalize here. This is Grayson Waller's opportunity. You cannot give this young man any opportunity in this matchup, or he will continue to come after you and beat you down. Shows how damn good Grayson Waller is. He has so much damn potential. Certainly championship material once he starts to build up. And I think with him being in this business partnership with Austin Theory and Bronson Reed, I certainly believe this is going to work out well for Grayson Waller, as it looks like some big old pump handle slam to Austin Theory. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? Theory kicks out at 2.5. Wade Barrett. This is his time to really think what would be best to put away a man like Austin Theory. Oh, big reversal from Wade Barrett. Oh, and a big old running knee to the midsection. And Wade Barrett maybe setting up. Oh, maybe no. Austin Theory caught him out of nowhere. A-Town down. Wade Barrett taking way too long. And that very well could be it. Yes, it is. Theory and Grayson Waller picking up a massive win here. And Bronson Reed is definitely got to be pleased with that outcome. Wade Barrett was just too cocky towards the end, and Grayson made him pay and took him out. And we have ourselves a big win right here. You had the pump handle slam, but it was not able to get the 3 count. Look at this. A-Town down out of nowhere, and Theory picks up the win. Shoulders were down. 1, 2, 3. And look at Bronson Reed. Oh, wait, no. Not in the suit. He's not the Ilja Dragunov. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Dragunov. Oh, no. I was going to say, thank goodness Ilja Dragunov got up to his feet, but certainly eating that. And no, not on the pressure on the neck. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Bronson Reed not playing around, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. You tried it the first time, you gotta believe, and now Ilja Dragunov, not like this. No. Oh, the tsunami. The tsunami from the top rope, and Bronson Reed putting Ilja Dragunov in his place. And now, let's see if Carl Anderson can get some revenge for the leader of the OC, AJ Styles. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. You got Gallows accompanying Anderson down to the ring. I cannot wait to see this matchup. Carl Anderson, a big mainstay there in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and obviously being a big name stay in the OC here. But obviously in his past, like we mentioned, New Japan Pro Wrestling for Carl Anderson, that man has held singles championships all over, not just the United States, but also in Japan. So certainly this will be a big matchup for Logan Paul to really see if he can stand in the ring with a superstar that's been all over this world and has done it all. Not in just WWE in tag team action, but certainly in Japan and all over the world. This isn't just Carl Anderson, this is the machine gun, Carl Anderson. We'll see how he fares tonight against Logan Paul. Pivotal moment for Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen. This is do or die. You come after the phenomenal AJ Styles and you lose this matchup, you lose any possible, momentum that you had, any possible anything in general. With The Miz going to SmackDown, with Shawn Michaels pushing Miz and 5 other superstars to SmackDown, Logan Paul was left without a partner and now left to grow up on his own. But certainly that cockiness, that brashness that Logan Paul brought to Monday Night Raw in general with The Miz definitely gave him a little bit more cockiness for sure. And you can just see it oozing off Logan Paul. Logan Paul, when he first signed to WWE, he said, "Hey, I don't mind having to work from the bottom to get to the very top." And Miz was the first one to come out here and say, "Hey, I'll lead you to the promised land." And Logan Paul certainly helped out Miz pick out big wins, but when it came to tag team action, they didn't work out the best. But we'll see how Logan Paul fares tonight against Carl Anderson. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Matchup is underway. Can Logan Paul pick up a massive win over Carl Anderson? Got Luke Gallows at ringside showing some support for Carl Anderson. Anderson and Gallows, a prominent tag team here in the series. Both Raw, SmackDown, NXT former tag team champions for themselves. It does not matter what brand they are. They have certainly won the biggest of prizes. And now tonight, Carl Anderson looks to put Logan Paul in his place after Logan Paul took out AJ Styles last week after Styles' matchup with Drew McIntyre. And Anderson is not letting Logan Paul have any offense whatsoever. I guess we're going to go up the ramp a little bit. Certainly, why not? It's a little bit different compared to the normal ramp. It's still going to hurt no matter what. Oh no, boom, big back suplex. Oh my goodness. Oh, Logan Paul trying to get himself back in the ring here. So is Anderson. And we both avoid a countout for both men. And oh, come on. Logan Paul, the cocky confidence just oozing off, but he eats a big clothesline. Carl Anderson letting him enjoy the moment for a brief second before he goes back to work. And oh, big reversal from Logan Paul. He's able to slip out the way and a big fireman's carry takedown. And for Logan Paul, we're going to be hearing from him after this matchup. Big question is, he's going to hopefully give us the question, or the answer to everybody's question is, why did he attack AJ Styles last week? Certainly there's a lot of rumors saying that, Logan Paul, this is his moment. He wants to make it all about him, and certainly he believes that, maybe he's going to be the next guy. I don't know. There's time's going to be a big factor for Logan Paul, certainly with him being a megastar out of WWE. We'll see how it's going to fare for Logan Paul on the road, not just tonight, but in the near future, if he's going to be a main commodity, or maybe, if we see a matchup between Logan Paul and AJ Styles, it's going to be a matchup for the ages. Carl Anderson moving out of the way. He's telling Logan Paul to stay down. Logan Paul a little bit faster in that exchange, and what a elbow to the temple of Carl Anderson. And Carl Anderson being saved by the bottom rope. And then this right now is where Logan Paul needs to build some more offense right now. You gotta stay on Carl Anderson. Certainly we mentioned some of his accolades there in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but also here in WWE, former Raw, NXT, and SmackDown Tag Team Champion with Luke Gallows, and a prominent feature here in WWE. Oh my goodness, a torpedo uppercut there, just flowing right through Logan Paul. Logan Paul able to reverse, and now Paul, skull crushing finale. Logan Paul still using Miz's move. Will this be enough? 2, 3, yes it is. Logan Paul with a massive win over Carl Anderson tonight. Certainly was not pretty, but Logan Paul gets the job done over Carl Anderson. And just mere moments, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hearing from the social media megastar himself. He'll be addressing AJ Styles here tonight, live on Monday Night Raw. When I signed to WWE, I told all of you fans and everybody watching this live event right now, I told you guys that I'm willing to work from the bottom and hopefully get to the very top of this business. And Miz was the only superstar to take me to his side and help me and guide me to where I want to be. I helped out with Miz, helped him out with no matter what. The King of the Ring tournament, whatever it happened to be. He helped me inside the ring and outside the ring, backstage, and just in personal life in general. And he's one superstar that I can actually look up to. But once he left, I had to do things on my own now. And with that putting me in a rough spot, you got to put yourself in the scenario. Do I sink or do I swim? They don't call me the Maverick for nothing. I'm the type of fighter that's going to keep on fighting and fighting and fighting. And that's who I am, and that's who I'll always damn be. In not just WWE, but in life in general. I thought to myself, since Miz is gone and I'm all by myself now, what is the best way to catapult me into stardom? And the first guy I thought of, the first superstar that came to my mind, was the phenomenal AJ Styles. He has accomplished so much in this business, and if I beat him, that's going to help me grow even faster in this business. AJ, I'm officially challenging you to a match for Halloween Havoc. You versus me, live there at Halloween Havoc, tearing down the house there in Boston, Massachusetts. I don't see any better way. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to shut up this young kid. But for me, I look to you, and I look over you, and I look for you to be my stepping stone into being the next big thing here in WWE. AJ, I'll be here live on Raw next week, so if you really want to do this, I dare say you bring it to Halloween Havoc and you show up next week, and I bet you're just itching for some revenge, so I'll see you next week, and maybe if you're just lucky, me and you can have a face-to-face showdown, man versus man. Oh, wait a minute, it's AJ Styles! AJ Styles! Out of nowhere! Logan Paul didn't believe Styles was here, but now Styles is bringing the fight to Logan Paul. I am absolutely surprised. Holy cow. And now Styles looking to put Logan Paul in his place. Styles clash there to Logan Paul. Holy cow. Challenge accepted, kid. I'll see you next week on Raw. Oh, they always have that saying, ladies and gentlemen, expect the unexpected. We all expected, since Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows were here, we were understanding that AJ Styles was not here. But what we just saw, AJ Styles coming through the crowd, connecting with a phenomenal forearm, and laying waste to Logan Paul. And AJ Styles just had a simple word saying, hey, I accept. I'll see you next week. So as long as Shawn Michaels believes this is correct and, you know, everything is what he wants to see, we're going to get AJ Styles versus Logan Paul there at Halloween Havoc. One of the most established superstars in WWE today, basically in series history, going up against the man that calls himself the next, looking to make himself the next big thing here in WWE. But right now, we're having the former United States champion, former Cruiserweight champion Rey Mysterio in action tonight. As he comes out here with Santos Escobar. Rey Mysterio, the leader of the LWO. We'll see how Mysterio faces off with CM Punk here tonight. And if you guys remember the programming back in the late to early, I'd say the late 2000s into almost 2010, 2011 time, when it was CM Punk and Rey Mysterio, they had big programming there with the Straight Edge Society and all that fun jazz. But certainly this is a blast from the past with CM Punk and Rey Mysterio going at it here live tonight. CM Punk will be facing off with Seth frickin' Rollins live at Halloween Havoc, which is just 3 weeks away. Earlier on tonight, we saw Seth Rollins lose to Drew McIntyre. We'll see how CM Punk fares tonight against the WWE Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio. And for CM Punk, he's looking to rebound after he lost to Roman Reigns last week in a non-title matchup. We'll see how Punk's head is honestly doing right now, and kind of see where he's at mentally and physically after that brutal match with Roman. But this is one of your two double main events. You got CM Punk, Rey Mysterio now, and coming up next is Gunther versus The Rock, your people's champion. Gonna be a massive, massive main event. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, and we're starting off fast with tilt, or a little bit of that swinging DDT spiking him on his head. And now Rey Mysterio again picking up the speed of this matchup. This is what Rey Mysterio is well known for, and CM Punk should know. These guys are going to know each other oh so well. Yes, CM Punk has not been necessarily here on the main roster, but certainly with being NXT, certainly he's got to know what to expect. And now Rey Mysterio looking to put this match over and done with here early on, but Punk with a strong kick out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually getting some news right now regarding The Rock and Solo Sikoa. I'm being told The Rock will be answering the question that everyone is looking to see. Will The Rock and Solo Sikoa accept the challenge that was laid out by the Usos earlier on tonight to open Monday Night Raw? Will The Rock and Solo want to battle the Usos at Halloween Havoc? Sounds like we're about to find out after this matchup. Let's look at Punk. Oh my goodness, a back suplex, or almost like a body slam right there on that apron. Referee out of 5. Punk realizing he needs to get Rey Mysterio back in the ring here. Springboard. Bam! Big clothesline. Decapitating Rey Mysterio. That very well could be enough. Is it enough? No. Big strong kick out from Rey Mysterio. Now Punk trying to go for that swinging neckbreaker. Rey trying to fight out of it, and he does momentarily. And now Rey again. Going to look for that power bomb, and he's able to connect again. Come on, Rey. You can do this. Certainly Rey Mysterio wants to lead Santos Escobar and the rest of the LWO into glory. And certainly it's going to take a little bit of time. Earlier on tonight, we actually saw the LWO in tag team action, losing to Braun Breaker and Big E as pinfall opportunities. Big strong kick out. And from what we heard from Dolph Ziggler earlier on tonight, coming from the words of Shawn Michaels, pinfall opportunity again after that frog splash. Is it enough? No, Punk had to kick out twice. Those ribs are not going to be feeling too good for CM Punk. But for from what Dolph Ziggler said earlier on tonight, coming from the words of Shawn Michaels, we will see Big E and Braun Breaker challenge for the Raw Tag Team Championships live at Halloween Havoc. It's all, look at that bulldog from the top. What a maneuver as Punk rolls out the way. Big jumping knee strike, looking to steal a victory right here, right now. But no, Rey hasn't really sustained too much damage. Oh, but now these kicks to the head are definitely going to slow down the momentum of what Rey had there. Big drop kick from CM Punk. You can feel that momentum starting to swing in the favor of the best in the world, CM Punk. But Rey doing the right thing, rolling underneath the rope, or at least we thought. Punk trying to get the upper hand here on the outside, at least momentarily was trying to. Rey now. Oh, inadvertently taking out the ref. Hopefully, for Rey's sake, that's not going to come back into play here. And again, going to go more to the well, and another kick to the side of the skull. Referee certainly knows that it was not on purpose, so hopefully he wouldn't make a big deal about it. As Mysterio with a nice neck breaker. All that momentum that Punk had just moments ago going out the window. It's a big stomp to the ribs again. Punk has to figure out something right now because Rey is one big move away, certainly it feels like, from walking out victorious. As now Punk now, out of nowhere, GTS, go to sleep to Mysterio. Is it night-night? Yes, it is. CM Punk with a massive win tonight over Rey Mysterio. It felt like Mysterio was just moments away, ladies and gentlemen. If he would have hit an actual 619 or a frog splash, I believe it was going to be game over. But Punk survives the match against the legend, Rey.
Here is your winner,
Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup. CM Punk gets in the win column, gets his first big win here on the Raw roster. We'll see how Punk fares at Halloween Havoc when he faces Seth frickin' Rollins. And wait a minute, that's Seth Rollins! Rollins coming out here, and now it's bringing the fight to CM Punk. Last week, Rollins came out here, and CM Punk interrupted him, and leaving Rollins in the middle of this ring all beaten and bruised. CM Punk sent a message to Seth, and now we're getting it right now. Rollins was trying to get the upper hand, trying to get some revenge on CM Punk, but certainly you're not going to get that right now. Not what Rollins was expecting. Rollins was already in a hard-hitting matchup earlier on tonight against Drew McIntyre, and right now it's only going to get worse here. As, oh no, this ain't good. Rollins about to eat a go to sleep to Seth frickin' Rollins. The attack backfiring tonight here live on Raw. Wait a minute. Punk now. Seemed like that was gonna be it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this ain't gonna be good. Oh, Rollins at the last second. Big drop kick. But again, look at CM Punk just eating this. But now Rollins with the reversal. I don't think Punk had to necessarily try and get back. All he had to do was keep Rollins down. He literally had him right where he wanted him. And again, look at these big kicks. Oh, and big enziguri as well. Certainly will help out. Uh-oh. Oh, Rollins ain't messing around. Curb stomp to CM Punk. And now Rollins is the man on top here. But now look at Rollins now. He's not playing around either. Both these men want to make a statement against each other. They've been building up this for well over a decade. After Punk left, people had to step up to the plate, and one of those superstars was Seth frickin' Rollins. Holy cow. Oh, wait a minute. It's pedigree time. Pedigree to the outside. This matchup is breaking down, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even a match, honestly. It's this the post-match. Big Insecurity again. Oh no. Rollins fed up. Both men just beating the tarnation out of each other. This is not going to be good. Oh no, not the steel steps, Rollins. Okay. Message sent. You don't need to do this. I mean, certainly everybody wouldn't mind if you did it to Punk it. Oh my goodness. He has a big gushing headache right now. Blood just dripping down the face of CM Punk here. Holy cow. This is going to end up very, very badly for somebody. Oh my goodness, right on the corner of the announce table. Man, look at that blood just dripping down the face of CM Punk. No, Rollins. Rollins wants to make sure a statement is being sent here to CM Punk. And we're about to see it with a sit-out powerbomb to CM Punk. Holy shit. I heard what you had to say earlier on tonight, Usos. If this is really what you want, this is going to be your death warrant. If this is how you want to go out, then damn sure I will beat the living hell out of you. We accept. Me and Solo versus the Usos at Halloween Havoc, and we'll make sure we dig your hole 6 feet down. While that is going to be happening at Halloween Havoc, and I don't have to worry about you two jabronis until then, I am going to be focused on this matchup. Right behind me, I'm going out into a sold-out capacity crowd where I will hit the rock bottom, get that 1, 2, 3, and once again showing you guys who the Real People's Champion is here in WWE. I have not lost a step whatsoever in the middle of this ring, and I'm going to show that Rudy 2 candy ass Gunther how a real ass kicking is. Now, while you excuse me, I got a match to attend to. It is main event time here live in Richmond, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Ring General Gunther. He is in action taking on the People's Champion for the very first time ever. And I believe this is the first time ever that I can recall that The Rock will be here live on Raw in a singles matchup capacity. We've seen The Rock take on Kurt Angle at Survivor Series before. We've seen it all from The Rock. And even tag team action back in the day. But certainly, this is going to be a whole different ball game. A different type of superstar. And that is your Ring General Gunther, who looks to knock off Roman Reigns coming up in 3 weeks' time for that World Heavyweight Championship. This matchup is happening after last week here on Monday Night Raw. It was Solo Sikoa versus Gunther. And multiple times throughout that matchup, The Rock intervened. And one of those times it helped Solo Sikoa walk out victorious. So we'll see how it fares tonight. But now here comes your People's Champion. And The Rock and Solo Sikoa, they have accepted the fight for Halloween Havoc, so that is official. The Usos versus The Rock and Solo Sikoa for Halloween Havoc. That matchup is bound to be physical. It's going to be brutal, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot wait to officially see that. The Halloween Havoc pay-per-view is getting bigger and bigger every single week. We're just continuing to add matches after matches. We got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We got D-Generation X against Alpha Academy. We got the Usos versus The Rock and Solo Sikoa. It goes on and on. Seems like it won't get much better, and then it just continues to add on more and more. Cannot wait to see what else we have in the build-up to Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be absolutely terrific. As you can tell, The Rock, like he mentioned just moments ago, saying that he does not die down, he does not degrade himself at all. He continues to get better and better. And we'll see how he fares tonight in this singles matchup. This is a whole different ballgame. This is the past versus the future moment. You got the future in Gunther that certainly is bound to dominate Monday Night Raw. But it is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Not just this matchup, but Roman and Gunther for that World Heavyweight Championship at Havoc. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. A marquee main event of the ages. The Rock versus Gunther live here tonight. And oh, look at this. Big time power slam taking down The Rock. And certainly for Gunther, working on the ribs. Kind of just slow down The Rock. You got to make sure he's going to have a hard time breathing throughout this matchup. He certainly is not always in action, so certainly his stamina and fatigue in this matchup is going to definitely come into play. So if Gunther can kind of withstand the early onslaught of The Rock, I think Gunther may be able to pull off a win tonight. Big punch there from Gunther. Bad spot to be if you're The Rock. Uh-oh. Back suplex right on the apron. Hardest part of the ring there, ladies and gentlemen. That's certainly not going to be feeling too good. And Gunther, he realizes this. He needs to get this done in the middle of the ring. He's not going to lollygag around, but just like that, The Rock changing it up here, going with a headlock and going to try to submit Gunther early on. But I think Rock hitting that, I think it just slows down the matchup, slows it back into the favor of The Rock. Because you could feel Gunther starting to speed up the matchup a little bit, and The Rock's like, nope, we're gonna slow this down a little bit, bring it back to my pace. And that was a perfect opportunity there for The Rock to slow down any momentum that Gunther had there. And for The Rock tonight, he's going to make sure that Gunther will not be 100% walking into that World Heavyweight Championship matchup against Roman Reigns there at Halloween Havoc in just 3 weeks. Is now Gunther going to throw him through the middle rope here. What does Gunther have in store here? He seems like pretty determined on something. Oh, big kick to the midsection. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Gunther, powerbomb on the apron. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. I don't even know how the hell Rock is up to his feet. It's got to be pure adrenaline at this moment, but damn, that lower back is bound to be bruised at this moment. Certainly not going to be any favors. The more this matchup goes, Gunther's going to be hitting those power bombs if he has his way. So you just never know as Rock slips out of it. Rock says he's never went down, never marginalized, never lost his step. And we'll see in this matchup how that's going to be right now. Here we go, pinfall opportunity from Gunther. Will this be enough? No. Plenty left in the Rock. And Gunther. Oh, right to the chest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we'll be able to see the Rock's chest anytime soon, and it might be more on the Samoan tattoos on his body there, but certainly those bruises, those welts are starting to definitely get red, you got to be assuming. Big haymaker there from The Rock, the People's Champion, looking to bring the big fight to Gunther. It's a big drop kick, takes down the Ring General. And what a night, ladies and gentlemen, especially for Halloween Havoc. We have big-time matches for you in just 3 weeks' time. We got a big-time unification matchup between Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed for the United States and United Kingdom Championships. Also, we have the Women's Championship. Bayley, she's in action. She'll be taking on Candice LaRae one-on-one live there at Halloween Havoc. Also, AJ Styles, Logan Paul coming as well. Wait a minute. Solo Sikoa getting involved here. We'll address more of the Halloween Havoc card throughout the weeks, ladies and gentlemen. But certainly, Going to be one for the ages. Rock now has Gunther right where he wants him. Not the best place to be if you're Gunther. Because, oh no, look at that arm. That arm being pulled like an arm should not be twisted whatsoever. And then a big old set-out powerbomb. Looks like Solo introduced a steel chair there, but luckily the ref was right on top of it. Uh-oh, The Rock out of nowhere with a rock bottom. Rock bottom. Is this it? 2. No, Gunther kicks out at 2.5. And look, Rock is pissed off. He's frustrated. He doesn't understand how Gunther kicked out of that big old spine buster, though, from The Rock. That's definitely not going to be feeling too good as a... Uh-oh. If Rock hits, this is bound to be game over. Oh, look at Gunther. Gunther, perfect reversing time. And now going to hit him with the underhook power slam. This might be Gunther's moment to capitalize if he can. Gunther, big old power slam of his own. Can he steal it? He's won matches with this before. 2. No. The Rock kicks out at 2.5. And now, just like that, we are at a stalemate between The Rock and Gunther. Uh-oh. Gunther now. Oh, what is he thinking? Oh, not on the apron again. Oh, my goodness. And then right into the apron. Oh, my goodness. Man, tonight has just not been a good night for the lower back of The Rock. Gunther pulling off a massive performance right now against The Rock. Oh, stiff clothesline takes down Gunther as well. You're starting to see those welts on both men's chests right now. It's only going to get more and more worse. The referee is at 8, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to see a count out? And look at The Rock telling him to stay down, stay out of this, don't come back in. But now Gunther, the Ring General, he is not going to take a count out loss whatsoever here. And oh no, this ain't good. Gunther just going to try to cave in the chest of The Rock. Absolutely brutal from Gunther. Oh, and a little bit of a cheap shot to the side of the skull. That certainly is not going to be feeling too good whatsoever there. And now Gunther, oh, right to that left arm. That momentum that Gunther needs right now is working out quite well. And I raked The Rock. Oh, going for a kick to the midsection. Rock now going to catch him with his own clothesline. Gunther doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring. He realized he was in a bad predicament. But no, The Rock one step ahead of him and connects with his own power slam. I thought maybe with Gunther rolling out of the ring, that was his moment to maybe figure something out. But it just starts to go in the favor of the great one, The Rock. Referee out of 4. Certainly both these men need to keep an eye on the referee right now to avoid a possible countout in this hellacious matchup that we're witnessing here. Oh my goodness, I think Gunther is busted open after a brutal maneuver to the outside padding here. Oh, Gunther is in trouble right now. Look at that blood just flowing down the face. Referee telling Gunther to get himself in the ring, and Rock's like, yeah, come on, come back in here. Uh-oh, we're at a 9. Gunther needs to get himself back in the ring. You can see The Rock. Rock is trying to take a count-out victory. He does not want any more of The Rock here. Or The Rock doesn't want any more of Gunther, pardon me. Which I don't blame him. That's a big boot to the skull of The Rock. What a main event this has been. As, wait a minute, Gunther has him up. Big time release, powerbomb to The Rock. Is that it? 2. No, The Rock kicks out at 2.5. What a matchup here we are witnessing live on Raw. Oh, look at Gunther, a pivotal reversal, big knee that stunned The Rock. The Rock with his own reversal. And now Gunther with his own. What a matchup. What a boot from Gunther. These guys are putting it all on the line. That boot very well could be it. Is Gunther going to go for the pinfall? No, he's not. Oh, wait a minute, Gunther setting up something here. Don't really know what he's going to set up right now. Oh, big elbow from The Rock, and then a big old jumping clothesline. Holy crap. These guys are putting on a clinic. And now Rock with a big stunner on the apron, landing Gunther on that steel chair at ringside. Man, this is a main event that we have all been looking forward to this whole night and is living up to the hype. What a match. And look at Rock. He's making fun of this crowd. You hate to see it. And now Gunther, oh, right to the edge of that announce table right next to Corey Graves, one of our ringside announcers here. Both of them need to start getting themselves back in the ring here. So again. Referee is now at a 7. Both men need to get back inside the ring here. Uh-oh, The Rock catching Gunther out of nowhere with a rock bottom. Is this it? 2. And wait a minute, Jey Uso from behind, attacking his younger brother. The Rock just noticing that, and now is stopping the assault on Gunther at this very moment. What a main event we have in store for you still right now. Jey Uso with a big super kick to his younger brother. The Rock throwing Gunther to the other side right now, and Rock is watching Jey Uso attack Solo Sikoa right now. Now, boom, another big time super kick there from Jey. And wait a minute, The Rock, here comes the Great One, bringing the fight to Jey Uso now. And again, just throwing him up against that wall. Certainly not going to be feeling too good for Jey Uso here. Referee being very, very lenient right now with what is occurring right now. As long as Jey Uso doesn't attack The Rock or lays any hands on him, certainly this matchup will continue. Oh my goodness, right off the announce table here. Certainly not the best feeling in the world here. Big old clothesline to Jey Uso. Oh no. Come on, Rock, we just got this fixed up prior to what happened between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Come on now. And the matchup between The Rock and Gunther is still scheduled to be going on here. Rock is just targeting the midsection of Jey Uso here. Oh no. Not through. No. Come on, Rock. Come on. You showed him. No. Rock bottom. The main event, Jey Uso. And now The Rock has to set his focus back against Gunther. Rock getting himself back in the ring here. Oh my goodness, what a chop from the Ring General. He has caught The Rock right where he wants to. And now Gunther with a power bomb. A power bomb to The Rock. But it seems like he is not done yet. Gunther again. Another release. Power bomb there to the People's Champion. Is this gonna be it? Pinfall. No, are you... What? The Rock just kicked out? You gotta be kidding me. There's no freaking way. How in the hell did The Rock just kick out of that maneuver? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness, what a... And now look at this. The Ring General going back to work here. And this matchup has been brutal. Especially with what was just added with Jey Uso attacking Solo and then The Rock coming out there to save Solo, or at least get the upper hand on Jey Uso. Oh my goodness! What a power suplex from the top rope. And now Gunther certainly going to try to end this matchup. What a power bomb. Is this gonna be it? 1, 2, 3. Holy crap. What a main event, ladies and gentlemen. It took a little bit, but eventually Gunther got to right where he wanted to. And Gunther picks up the biggest win of his entire career to end Monday Night Raw. Congratulations.